He kōna e purangi tēnei nā te reo irirangi o Aotearoa.
It's become a bit of a habit for a lot of students.
Nearly everyone. Everyone that is allowed.
It's a new thing for me and found it a lot more enjoyable than I ever thought it would be.
So what are we talking about?
Everyone that can definitely has a garden.
Yes, gardening. And it's because growing their own vegetables is paying off.
That's way cheaper than buying them.
That definitely helps.
It certainly saved us a lot of money.
Kia ora, I'm Katy Gosset and welcome to Thrift. Our saying in this episode I originally heard from my mother, but turns out it's a Dutch proverb. It goes, pretty much, if you want to be happy for a night, get drunk. If you want to be happy for a year, get married. But if you want to be happy for a lifetime, grow a garden. Now, I don't think any of the guys we're about to meet are married. Whether or not they've ever been drunk, I couldn't possibly comment. But one thing they have embarked upon is a garden. Let's find out how it's treating them. It's a sunny weekend and once again I'm visiting a student flat in North Dunedin, hoping to catch as many of the boys at home as possible.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. I'm actually barely in the door before...
We were going to give the place a quick vacuum. Would that be better, just for 5 minutes, or do you mind, or what?
No. Frankly, I'm flattered that they want to clean up, but journalists love to see people in their natural environments, and this is actually pretty tidy. Looks like a classic student flat. Lots of couches, big TV, but more on the decor and the flat fit out a bit later on. Right now, let's meet the lads.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Hi,
meet you.
Katy.
Hi, Kieran. So, Kieran, Kieran Halforty, that is, if you caught the last episode.
Yeah, third year law student.
And then we have...
My name's Angus Henry, doing marine science this year.
He's kind of the head gardener.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Careful with that claim, because there are a few contenders for the crown. For example...
My name's Jake Corney, second year surveying student.
And...
I'm Pooley, also surveying.
They and two other flatmates all met in Cumberland College, one of the halls, and as Angus puts it...
Pretty tight-knit group. Lots of surfing, diving, now the gardening. No, it's been real fun and having a blast.
In amongst all of this, the boys have honed a few money-saving tips, and we're going to pick their brains. But the first one, the main one, and why we're here, is their garden. An award-winning garden, as it turns out, but we'll come to that in a bit.
We've had a pretty good crop so far.
First, let's take a look.
Had some purple cauliflower here, bunch of lettuces. Yeah, no, it's been real good fun and the boys take a lot of pride in the garden.
Funnily enough, as Jake recounts, it was that big old TV in the lounge that kicked all of this off when the boys happened upon a random gardening video.
Just popped up on our recommended, I think, after we were watching the rugby.
It planted a bit of a seed. Yes, I know, terrible joke. And on impulse, they traipsed off to the hardware store to buy some gardening supplies. Soon, they were avidly waiting for the shoots to come up.
The first couple of weeks you see like nothing, but then once it pops up, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, do you reckon?
Cam picks up the story.
Yeah, we were quite excited when it first popped up, is this actually going to work?
It became a bit of a daily focus.
Wake up, first thing we'd do, open the door, see if anything's germinated and then water the garden.
Kind of sounds like it was better than watching the TV.
Gardening's like a good way to start your morning instead of getting up and going on your phone or something. It's nice to come and do something that you've kind of worked for, I guess. It's kind of like rewarding. Yeah, rewarding.
So now the garden's fully burst into life. What else is in there?
Got some parsley, got some mint. We've got some more broccolis over there that are coming through. Yeah, no, it's pretty exciting.
And what kind of food, importantly, are you making from this?
For the lettuce, we've got all the salads we've been making, so it's been real nice and fresh. And the parsley's just been on basically everything we cook, so we've been hacking into that every day.
As for those stunning purple cauliflowers...
That was probably our best one so far. We broke it up into a salad, and one of the boys made a nice dressing with it, and it was pretty sweet and real tasty.
So thinking thrifty now, how much did all of this cost? Angus talks me through the setup.
We went down to the hospital shop and bought these big drawers for $2 a piece.
They've been repurposed as raised garden beds.
So we got one there and the other one down there.
Then you've got to fill the boxes.
Grabbed a couple bags of soil, which cost us about $20. And then the rest was from seed, which cost us about $1 per packet.
Jake says now they're using the veggies every day, they're starting to get their money back.
because we don't have to buy those vegetables. But yeah, I guess the cool thing with a garden is it can continue to grow back.
Or as Cam puts it,
I'd say we're not quite in the green yet, but hopefully we will be soon. It's definitely coming back to us.
also, we've talked a bit on Thrift about how our spending habits come about, and so if you know you've got veggies in your backyard, you can start to break the habit of going to the supermarket too often.
Instead of going, I need to make a salad, I need to go to the shops, just go to the backyard and pick something out.
Angus says some plants have done better than others, and they've actually learnt a bit about how their garden grows.
It's been pretty low maintenance. For, you know, this is $20 or $30 here, and we've got plenty of fresh produce, so it's pretty darn good.
And if the boys are chuffed with their handiwork, they're not the only ones.
My grandparents and parents are very proud.
My parents are like, what? You're gardening in Dunedin? But nah, it's actually been a pretty cool thing to do, and more people should get into gardening. Yeah.
That's the big message. Gardening's fun.
All this enthusiasm prompts me to ask a cheeky question. Do you consume more veggies than beers?
Oh,
Angus is prepared to take the plunge.
I myself maybe, but I can't speak for the other boys. But
That's probably wise.
I'd say the standard in Dunedin's probably more beers than veggies. Maybe we can be the ones to motivate a change in the other direction.
To turn it around.
Yeah.
In fact, the boys are already trendsetters.
definitely, I mean, if you look at our neighbours, they've both put in gardens. We don't know for sure that was our doing, but
You can claim it.
yeah, we maybe can.
But this is not just an influential garden. Turns out it's also an award-winning garden. They entered it in a garden competition run by the local student magazine Critic. And lo and behold,
I'm very proud to say that our flat won that one.
Then we deserved it.
Yeah, clearly look at this, you know.
That was a pretty good experience.
the flat is also enjoying nature's bounty in a different way. Moving along to tip 2 now.
We do like quite a lot of spearfishing and a little bit of hunting and stuff, so we can save a bit of money.
Jake is the flat's main hunter.
Because obviously once you've got the gear, it's pretty easy to go get a feed of a meat or fish and stuff.
How did you get on yesterday? Because I heard you were away hunting.
Yeah, so been to Southern Alps and got a tar, so that's actually in the slow cooker at the moment.
That sounds pretty tasty. So we have a wee nosy in the pot. And along with the Himalayan tar,
We've got some herbs and stuff from the garden, so yeah, pretty wholesome dinner.
and a pretty cheap meal.
Pretty cheap meal, yeah.
But the boys also enjoy the odd splash of luxury.
You might be able to see all the power shells we've got over here.
Angus is a keen collector of shellfish.
Powers are bloody expensive, so if we grab a handful of those each time we go out for a dive, it's real good food. The boys love them,
I'll bet they do.
and we're saving, I don't know, 3 powers, over $100 easily from the shop, which is something we just can't afford.
And he's rounded out their diet with a bit of spearfishing.
So shoot a lot of butterfish and blue moki, which are real good eating, and again, way out of our price range if we were to buy them from the shop.
Not too cold at this time of the year.
Oh, it's pretty bloody cold slipping into the wetsuit in the morning.
Luckily, Angus has a tip for that too.
Get some boiling water and a bit of soap to get into the wetsuit, so it's nice and warm when we slip in.
It's hard to quantify just how much they're saving with the fishing, because this kind of thing wouldn't normally be in a student budget. Suffice to say, for Kieran, it's a huge treat for which he's very grateful.
If I sit down for lunch and suddenly there's a crayfish sitting there, when am I ever going to have crayfish? You know, I'm a student, I can't afford a crayfish, but these guys have gone and caught out and they're not charging me.
I think Kieran might end up doing the dishes.
I reckon. Could help with the cleanup.
So things are pretty sorted on the foodie front. But what about the house itself?
So, in our lounge, we got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Tip 3 is about setting up a flat.
Couch outside as well.
So we got 6 couches actually.
Because you do need a bit of furniture for 6 guys and their mates.
Yeah, a lot of couches. I've got a table here.
Cheers.
These guys are pretty well kitted out, and the flat looks comfortably lived in. There's a reason for that.
Every bit of furniture you see in here, that was there before we got here.
The boys started negotiating with the tenants who were moving out about anything they might want to sell. And not just furniture, appliances too.
Fridge, freezer, another fridge. All these appliances here like toaster, microwave.
Cutlery, pots and pans, food,
They even left, I think, some spices.
and even some things that maybe weren't that big a priority for the guys.
All the cleaning supplies that boys probably would never pay for.
It saved a whole lot of hassle. In fact, Kieran believes if they hadn't taken the initiative,
And we'd have moved in and not had any couches or something, that would have sucked. Been sitting on desk chairs for the first 2 months.
You know, I can actually imagine how that might have happened. But more importantly, they saved a lot of money. For example, Kieran reckons a new flat pack bed would have cost him between $700 and $1,000. Instead,
I bought my bed for $300 and it's a good bed.
it's kind of hunter-gathering of a different kind, and it leads to Kieran's top tip, which could be a bonus saying for our episode.
If you don't ask, you don't get.
It's also a good tip if you're the one leaving the flat. Ask the incoming tenants if they want to buy anything, make some money, and save a bit of hassle.
I mean, it works well for both parties.
Then, for anything else you need in the flat, you might get a freebie, like the barbecue that came from a mate.
Yeah, it was a good score. We had a real good cook-up the other day. Some steaks and some butterfish, power. It was bloody good.
So don't be afraid to ask around. Use your networks, both in person and online. For example, that big TV was one of Angus's bargains from Facebook Marketplace.
50-inch for $20. Pretty darn good. And boys are doing some movie nights and chucking on the Warriors and whatnot. So that was a real good score.
All up, it might be the guys' first flat, but with all their thrifty tips, it's come together nicely, which is important when you're studying. In our last episode, we touched on the so-called reputation of Dunedin students who sometimes get called breathers.
It's quite a negative perception of all students, which I don't think applies to everyone.
These guys admit they enjoy a bit of a party,
A few of the boys do like to get on the beers and stuff, but no, it's all in good spirit.
but the rest of the time,
We're still getting our work done and we're still studying hard.
they fit social stuff around each other's schedules, and they're considerate when someone's got an exam or an assignment due.
Yeah, when we're living with 6 guys, you've got to make some compromises sometimes. I think we've been pretty good this year, hey Angus?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
It's been all good.
Which helps make this flat a pretty comfortable home away from home, even without that last-minute vacuum.
As you can see, the flat's not too bad. It's tidy enough, so yeah, for 6 lads, I'd say.
And when they get home from a long day at uni, they'll have Jake's tasty stew waiting for them.
So yeah, cook that up, have some parsley to top it all off, and pretty nice home-cooked meal for a Monday night, eh?
And best of all,
Costs nothing, eh?
Yeah, literally.
so a bit of a recap. Students can supplement their diet with homegrown veggies. Start small using thrifted furniture for garden beds. A small outlay on seeds should see the money come back in ongoing produce. Not everyone hunts, but fishing is more accessible, or you may know a hunter. Consider bartering or swapping other produce for meat or fish. Remember, if you don't ask, you don't get. Negotiate for the flat supplies you need. Don't be afraid to ask outgoing tenants if they'll sell furniture or kitchenware. Turn your student flat into a home and ultimately you'll spend less on going out. Next time on Thrift, what tips can we learn from our older community members? And interestingly, how does being sociable make your money go further? To check out that episode and others, make sure you follow and listen to us on your favourite podcast app. Special thanks to my guests in this ep, Kieran Halforty, Angus Henry, Jake Corney and Cam Pooley. This podcast was produced and presented by me, Katy Gosset. Alex Harmer is our mixing maestro, and Tim Watkin is the executive producer of podcasts and series. If you have a tip to share, you can email thrift@rnz.co.nz. Thanks for joining us. Ka kite.